In this module, we need to know some terms which we'll introduce in our discussion. So, first of all, the terms are defined, and then we'll see how we define agency with reference to gender identity. The first term is representation. Whenever we interact with our environment, with other people, we experience different things, we take part in different activities. So, there is a picture of these experiences and activities that we have in our mind. In other words, this picture that we provide to mind, this is constructed by language, and we see that this is how language represents word to mind. So, when we similarly say, who am I? What is my identity? So, we construct similarly a picture of our identity and we present this picture to mind. This is called representation. Then reproduction means to use language to promote, to spread, to generalize some norms, ideologies, etc. And here in our case, we are talking about gender norms or gender ideology. Then we have another term, transformation. It means to use language in a creative way, in an innovative way that challenges the dominant norms. So, when we use language to transform certain established ideas and norms, we call it transformation. You can download a dictionary of terminology that we use in discourse analysis and in our study of gender discourse. From this link, you will have a hard copy of this dictionary from this link. Another term is agency. Agency here means, it doesn't mean some commercial organization, it means to be agent, to be able to do something freely. You have freedom to act. Feminists think that except in a few countries of the world, legal system, the justice system or courts, does not protect female victims. This happens because cultural norms favor men. These norms are made by men, laid down in form of laws by men, passed by men, enacted by men. So, that's why they say the legal system favors men. Legislation, that is the process of law making, you know, it happens in parliament, and legal practices, the implementation of these laws in courts, do not match with each other in many countries. As the legal practices, actually the decisions of the trials in courts, they are linguistic, they are words. Ultimately, what is their reality? They are language, they are words. So, we can conduct analysis of the language of courts to understand inequality and injustices that is implicitly, invisibly, बड़े खुफिया तरीके से done with female, with women. But we have to see two things more. Relation between the speaker's social identity. We have different social identities. We have gender identity. We are a man or a woman. We have class identity. We are from elite class, middle class, we have color identity, we are black and white and brown and yellow, the colors of different races of humankind. And legal practice, the relation between individuals' social identity and the legal practices. First, we should know this. This is called micro context. And other relation is between the institution, here the courts, police system, etc., and the speaker's issues, gender issues. This is called institutional context. So, if we know these two contexts, micro context and macro context, institutional context, then we can conduct successful language analysis, and through that analysis we can see how legal system works. Gender is a social category, you all know, and we produce it or do it when we use language. Our use of language shows who we are. The language tells people that this person is a male or female or neither of them. So, our gender identity is established by our language. But we cannot bypass, but this is not the whole game. There are many other things. We cannot bypass dominant gender ideology. Dominant, this is the ideology of the majority of the society. So, here we disagree with Butler. The first point was by Butler, a gender scholar, and because she ignores dominant norms of the society, so here we disagree with her theory. The social institutions enforce this ideology, and these ideologies of the society, the dominant ideologies, who enforce them, who promote them, who enact them? The social institutions, the school, the college, universities, media, social institutions. So, we conclude from this talk that gender identity is linguistic enactment. Yani this is something we do by language. This is a speech act. We have already discussed it. But we are not free to choose the way we enact our gender identity. There are certain limitations on the way we enact it. So, our power to act, our agency is controlled. It is not unbridled. Belgam nahi.